What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Magically, the laptop works today. Yeah, it's working okay. Welcome to Freestyle Friday. Don't run with scissors, friends. Or run with scissors. Do whatever you want. Let's quit out of this here. Yeah, laptop's working again. Although there does seem to be a bit of a delay. Is there a delay between the audio and the video? If there is, I'll work on it. Freestyle Friday, we're going to be testing Happy Model 0802 25,000s versus Tiny Whoop 0802 25,000s versus T-Motor 0803 22,000s on quad blades. I cannot possibly imagine these 0803s. This is totally. This is not going to be better, but it's for funsies. We'll see. And then we're also going to check out the Happy Model 0702s, and yeah, we're also going to do a little bit of mailbag action. You guys get to check out my mailbag. spelled the way it is in the title of the stream. And this is a Q&A stream, so drop those questions in the chat and we'll talk about them. Speaking of the chat, GrizzFPV, Frank Nicholas, ImpFPV, Christian, Christian rather, Espander, Grizz, Family Guyver, Pedro Tomei, Flush FPV, Espander, Zach, Dan636, Kevin, Michael D, Weirdo with a Skateboard, Dan636, T-Bird, June Loco, Rob Axelson, Zach again, CMYK FPV, Slim, Northern Tier, Michael D, Richard, Freelojo, Family Guyver, Ram Donko, Weirdo with a Skateboard. What's up, Weirdo? Rob Axelson, Kevin Sumner. I think I got everybody. Metal Dirtskin. Thanks for joining me, friends. This is going to be a fun one. Might be a little bit of a short one, but we'll see. Never know. Maybe it'll be a long one. That's what she said. You guys want to watch me open up my regular mail? Nobody wants that. Oh, in the chat, if you want to talk directly to me, all you got to do is type CiottiFPV. It'll light up an orange. It'll look a lot like this. And then I'll know that you're talking to me. If you don't do CiottiFPV in your comment in the chat, I won't know you're talking to me. I'll assume you guys are talking amongst yourselves, which you should. The community of folks in the chat here are amazing, great pilots, super technically minded, been around for a long time. So, you know, talk about stuff in the chat. If it's a really good subject, do me a favor and tag me and say, yo, we've been talking about this in chat. What are your thoughts? Also, you OG folks, if you see somebody that's new or just a comment, thanks for the sub, Droid. I got to change the color on that so I can read it. I'm just going to say droid. Yeah. If there's a comment that needs to be looked at by me, do me a favor, copy it, paste it, tag me, and we'll talk about it. GrizzFPV tagged me and said, what's up, CiottiFPV and Collective? Dan636 says, yo, I'd made it. Weird with a Skateboard says, weird how in the UK we celebrate someone effing up, blowing shit up, and occasionally setting scarecrows on fire. What is that in reference to? T-Bird FPV says, what's up? Rob Axelson says, hola, Collective. CMYK says, yo, dude. Slim says, what's up, dude, and hello, Collective. Rob Axelson, you sending me something. I don't remember placing an order. Did you get a tracking number from me? If you got a tracking number from stamps.com, then I am sending you something. I don't know what I am sending, but I do have a big box of stuff that I need to package up and get in the mailbox tomorrow. Family Guyver says, what up, gangly man? Kevin Sumner says, minor delay. Frank Nicholas says, no delay here, all looks good. Richard says, it's good on my end, no delay. Metal Dirtskin says, not enough to notice, way better than it used to be. Here, just to confirm, tell me if there's a delay. I haven't changed anything on the laptop between last Friday and now. I haven't restarted it. Frankly, I've been pounding on the laptop. I've been editing on it, doing all kinds of work on it, and everything's fine right now. Everything's fine. Last Friday was a complete train wreck. There's actually more running on the laptop right now than there was last Friday. Don't be a streamer, friends. It is one of the more frustrating things I have ever experienced. Let me take my socks off. It's hot in here. T-Bird says, don't watch, just use your ears. There we go. Espander says, are you wearing lipstick? I'm not. I noticed that did you notice that in the thumbnail? In the thumbnail, my lips looked very red. I have no idea why. I mean, I did put chapstick on before, but taking my socks off. Look at these socks, yo. These were a Christmas present from Maggie. Got French fries on them. You know you want French fry socks. You can't have them. They're mine. Mine and mine alone. Look what I put up there. Oh, it's right behind my head. It's right behind my head, and it's out of focus. Let's see if I can focus on it. Oh, it's way too small. No, okay. That ain't gonna work. I want to put that somewhere where that you guys can actually see it. It's a tiny whoop. It's a little picture of a tiny whoop. Okay, cool. It says low flying aircraft. Tinywhoop.com used to sell this. I've never found a great spot for it. But I don't know. How about right over here? Is this good content? Me putting things where you can't see them? I'm going to try it right there. I'll be able to see it. You guys won't. Michael D says, Caddx Ant Light or Baby Ratel 2. I haven't used either one of them quite yet, Michael, but this coming Whoop Wednesday, next week, I am going to be hooking up the Caddx Ant Light to the Mobula 7 ELRS here. Look, can we just take another minute here on the live stream to just appreciate how hot this thing looks? Come on. Look at that. Look how the antenna is like the perfect length. This is how excited I am about the way that this thing looks. If it only flew anywhere as good as it looks. I am going to put 2 batteries through this tonight here in the ultimate Tiny Whoop freestyle spot. But I'm just going to get frustrated flying it like usual. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out of that frame. I'm going to pull those motors off of it. We're going to put those motors onto a 65 millimeter frame, and we're going to test, again, this coming Whoop Wednesday, we're going to test Happy Model 0802 25,000s versus, no wait, that's these. Happy Model 0802 25,000s versus TinyWhoop.com 0802 25,000s versus HGLRC Areola 25,000 0802 25,000s, all on 65 millimeter frames. And then I'll be able to say, I mean, the Happy Models make the most power. They might not be the most durable, but they definitely make the most power. So yeah, there's that. And then yeah, so the areolas are coming off of this Mobula 7, and I'm gonna take this AIO and I'm gonna put it into a one of the little carbon fiber frames for outside stuff. And I think the motors that I'm gonna put on it are gonna be those Zing 0803 18,000s on the 1.6 inch quad blades. I'm hoping that is a draggy enough propeller to take advantage of the 0803. So yeah, this coming Whoop Wednesday is going to be a good one. Subscribe, do all the things, and that way you won't miss it. The other way to get notifications, since YouTube's notification system is just straight up broken, is to join my Patreon for $3 whole a month. I know it's a lot to ask, but it's only 10 cents a day if that makes you feel better. I do, every single time I do live streams, I put a post up on the Patreon page, and that generates an email. I will usually also put a post in my Patreon-only Facebook group called something. So you'll get notifications in Facebook and in your email if you join my Patreon. Who's that? Reading the Wind, super chatted $5. Thank you, brother. He says, "What's up, collective? What's up, CiottiFPV?" A lot, man. Lots going on. Lots going on. Michael D says, "For a lifter." Caddx Ant Light or Baby Ratel 2 for a lifter. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, if you're talking about a tiny lifter, I guess maybe the Caddx Ant Light. If you're talking about like a big boy lifter, I would not put a Caddx camera in a big boy lifter. I would go with Runcam or Foxeer. So yeah. Weird with a Skateboard says, "That's bonfire / Guy Fawkes night." What's that, tonight? Frank Nicholas says, "I see no delay." Awesome. Espander says, "Latency is better than I've ever seen." LOL. Adam T says, "I have T-Motor 0803s as well. Interested to see what you plan to do with them. I'm planning on an ELRS Tiny Whoop, and this is my first tiny build." Adam, there's been a bunch of content here on the channel about the T-Motor 0803s. They actually sent me a set of prototypes months and months and months ago. So if you go to my channel and you go into like uploads, which will look at everything, there's a little search field on the top there, which will only search my channel. Search for 0803, and it'll find all the videos. And yeah, like I said, I've done a bunch with the T-Motor 0803s already. To be super honest, putting them on this is probably the last hurrah for them. They're okay, don't get me wrong, but they don't do anything super well. On 1S, on a 75 millimeter build on 1S, they're pretty good, but they're a little heavy. And so, yeah, I was never able to, so I had them on a Meteor 75 frame, and that's the content that you're going to find. So there's a bunch of flight footage in there as well, so you'll be able to see them up in the air. They fly okay, but they're just not, the 75 millimeter rigs are just too heavy for like hardcore indoor freestyle. That's where these guys are really king. The 75s, like, I just can't find anything that they're really good at. Like, technically speaking, what they're good at is being efficient. So if all you care about is runtime, they're going to be good for that. I don't. Tiny Whoop batteries are really cheap and they're really quick to swap out. So I would rather have a rig that performs better and I have to change the batteries. I don't care. Twice as often, 3 times as often. It doesn't matter to me. I'll sacrifice everything for flight performance. If you're going to fly it outside, though, it's going to be good. But those motors, a lot of the folks that fly Tiny Whoop more than I do have said that those T-Motor 0803s are not super efficient. I mean, they're a high KV and they make a lot of power, so of course they're not efficient. But yeah, I don't. I think they would be. I think they would be a really good motor for like a Mobula 7 on like a tri-blade or maybe even a quad blade. Definitely not these bi-blades. They do not have enough RPM for these bi-blades. So snag a set of the Newbie Drone Azzy tri-blades. Grab a set of the Newbie Drone Azzy quad blades while you're at it. Make sure you get the 1mm shaft ones. And then snag a set of Gemfan tri-blades as well. I tried running them on the Gemfan quad blades. These are all 1.6 inch. The bigger prop here. I tried them on the Gemfan quad blades and they just didn't have enough oomph with 1S and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you might as well snag a set of the Gemfan quad blades anyway. Guys, buy lots of props. They're incredibly cheap and they make a huge difference they make the biggest difference in the way that a rig flies. So take advantage of that. Like there's nothing that you can do that will change and like potentially improve the way that a rig flies than changing propellers. And the propeller that you like is a very personal thing. Like the props that I like have nothing to do with the props that you're gonna like. So buy all of the propellers that are available and pick which one you like best. You can dial in your runtime, you can dial in your amount of horsepower, you can dial in your durability with the propellers more so than, like I said, pretty much anything else in the build. So buy lots of props and find which one fits your flight style and your specific set of, requirements the best. What else is going on in the chat here? Kevin Sumner says, red icy on your lips. I think it's better now, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't take care of myself, so they were probably red from abuse. Michael Blade says, hey. Andrew Duncan says, fry socks for the gangly man. CMYK tagged me, didn't say anything. Michael D says, very cool Bardwell interview. Thank you, dude. He recorded that about 3 months ago, I guess. And it was a very bad technology day. I forget what he was using to do the teleconferencing, but whatever it was, it might have just been Discord. It refused to connect to my DSLR. It refused to connect to my GoPro. It refused to connect to my microphone. So I had to film the damn thing on the horrible little webcam, which is why it looks like hell, and it's like pointed up at the ceiling all stupid like. and it's why my audio sounds terrible. So I'm like horrified by that. But at the same time, you had 3 really well-established, really seasoned OG pilots that looked really good, and then you had the new guy, which looked like hell. So it kind of fit for, you know, the level of professionalism that the people on the screen kind of have. So in that respect, you know, whatever. The content of the interview is the point, right? Like what the quality of my video and audio hopefully wasn't too distracting. I feel bad for James Christensen having to edit around it looking like hell, but you know, that's life sometimes. Yeah, there was some really, you know, I caught some shit in the comments. A bunch of people were like, "Who the fuck is this guy? You know, why is he on the screen with legends?" And Joshua actually came in and smacked pretty much all of them down, which was like super cool. And like he's right, like the smackdown that he laid on every single one of them was, you know, who the hell are you? Like you're not big like Nurk, you're not big like Steele, you're not big like Tommy. Do you actually think that you're going to get to the point where they're at? Absolutely not. You'll be lucky if you get to the point where Ciotti's at. So technically speaking, his content and the stuff that he was saying is way more valuable to you than what the other guys are talking about. And I didn't really think of it that I didn't think about that until he wrote that, and I was like, wow, that's super 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 flattering. Joshua is just, you know, Joshua doesn't know that he's my mentor, but he is. Just, you know, the way that he approaches things and the fact that, you know, it's always been about quality with him, and like he pulls other people up with him rather than pushing them down, and just like there's so much about Joshua that is like exactly the way that we should be as human beings. You know, go figure. Dude that used to go to Burns and you know, living the kind of sort of hippie life out in the middle of the woods in Tennessee is like completely dialed in. Go figure, right? What else we got going on in the chat here? Zach says, suggestions for a good affordable transmitter. My stock AMAX transmitter took a shit while it was stored. Zach, I'm not the best guy to ask about transmitters. I still use a old school FR Sky QX7. I have had this since day one that I've been in this hobby. So over 5 years, and it has not skipped a beat once. If you have big hands and or big long fingers, this is the radio to get. This is really the only transmitter that I've used that is sort of wide enough and just like the right shape for big hands. The X9D and all of these like jumper T16s, they just don't fit my hands right. They just don't feel good, and I fly like ass when I'm flying with them. So, like I said, you can probably find one of these QX7s for sale on FPV Exchange or Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap. And yeah, I mean, you're going to end up putting a module in the back of it anyway. Like it's pretty rare that you can find a transmitter that has the right protocol built in that's going to last for more than like 6 months. You know, in the time that I've been in the hobby, first there was FR Sky, which is what the built-in antenna works. Then there was R9. Then there was Crossfire. Then there was R9, Ghost, Tracer, ELRS, and God knows what's next. So, you know, trying to get a transmitter with your protocol built in it's tough because the tech keeps changing. I mean, if a transmitter comes out that has Express ELRS built in or Express LRS built in, you might be good because it's open source. So just like Betaflight, Express LRS is going to just demolish all of the other closed source stuff, and probably be like the go-to forever. So if you can find a transmitter with Express ELRS built in, which you probably can't right now, I don't think there are any yet. That might be worth waiting for. So maybe pick something up used just to get you by for a little bit here, and then I can all but guarantee an Express LRS radio is going to come out. And then maybe you'll be good and you won't have to play around with modules, because it is kind of annoying, and the module bays are not the most reliable way of I mean, it's just another thing to fail, right? Having a module is just another failure point. So if there's a way to stay away from modules, you want to try to do that, but it's almost impossible. T-Bird says, what camera and lens combo are you using? Looks good. This is a Canon Rebel T6 with the kit lens, 18 to 55 kit lens, 3.5 to 5.6. And it is at roughly 20 millimeters right now. Reading the Wind, thanks again for the $5 super chat, my man. CiottiFPV. Hey, this is my full-time job. If you'd like to support me on this wild FPV adventure, you can do a super chat like Reading the Wind, or you can head on over to CiottiFPV.com, join my Patreon, buy something from my Etsy store, book a one-on-one session with me through Fiverr, buy something from Teespring, or hit my affiliate links. I have a whole bunch of affiliate links. It's free money. Every single time you do an FPV order, you should be using someone's affiliate link, because it's free money for them. And if you want them to keep creating content, the more money they make from that content that they create, the more motivation that they're going to have to keep on going and keep on making the content that you love. So every single time you place an FPV order, look at the store, think, is this a store with an affiliate program? Let me check Ciotti's website. Let me check Joshua Bardwell's videos. Let me check whoever your other favorite pilots are to see if they have an affiliate link. It makes a huge difference for us, guys. It really, really, really does. Also, Amazon. Every time you do an Amazon order, I have an Amazon affiliate link. Joshua has Amazon affiliate links. It's, typically on Amazon orders, we only make 1%. But every little bit helps. We have affiliate links to half a dozen different websites. Every single little, every single dollar, every $3, every $6. Usually that's the commission that we'll make: $1, $3, $6, $10. It's not a lot individually, but when thousands of you guys do it, it is a lot. So yeah, hook us up. Think before you order, and yeah, we'll get some free money for it. Speaking of affiliates and sponsorships, your boy is now a Newbie Drone affiliate. So I got to get some affiliate links to Newbie Drone up. That just happened. And I'm now a sponsored pilot with Brain 3D. Folks that hung out yesterday on my sim racing stream with Gran Turismo 7, they got the little... They were the first ones to hear that announcement. Ooh, ooh. I don't know. People care about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm super happy. I've been... So Brain 3D is run by a guy named Brian. BMC 3D is run by a guy named Brent. So if I mix them up, because I've been talking to the two of them for years, yeah. But Brian, I contacted him a week ago or so, asking if he had any interest in or availability in making me this is a 75, an 85 millimeter Tiny Whoop canopy to hold a nano FPV camera and a Insta360 Go 2. The tiny lifters are great. The tiny lifters are on these 75 millimeter frames, not this Mobula 7 one. I tried, it didn't work. The tiny lifters are built on the Newbie Drone Cockroach 75 millimeter frames. I also, and they do a great job moving the Insta360 Go around, but I want to try it on an 85 millimeter frame, because that opens up the door for 4-bolt motors. so I can run a 1204, a 1304, a 1404, something like that. It also opens up the possibility for a big ass increase in thrust, and either 3S or hell, even 4S. I won't go 4S. I'm hoping to actually stay 2S, but it opens up the door for 3S, and that makes a lot of different motors possible. Like, one of the problems with the tiny lifters is motor selection. There aren't many motors with the little 3-bolt stator bases. So yeah, there's like a dozen different motor options, and most of them are too small on the tiny lifters. But moving up to the 85 millimeter frame really just blows it wide open, and Beta FPV has a carbon fiber brace for that 85 millimeter frame. So it'll be a puller. So, you know, it'll be a configuration like this. I tried the pusher setup. I tried an 85 mil motor to motor, which is 2-inch prop, pusher setup with the Beta 85X2, I think it's called. I did the build here on the channel. It's the most challenging build I've ever done. It was also the most frustrating build I've ever done. And it's a build that flew pretty much worse than any other build I've ever done. So that was, I mean, in fairness, I kind of have impossible standards. So, you know, a build that for me flies terrible, for most people, they're like, oh, this flies great. I just, you know, I have spent a lot of time concentrating on and kind of like studying, or whatever word you want to use, what gear flies really, really, really good, how to PID tune, you know, all these things. And so if a rig is not like 10 out of 10, if it's even like an 8 out of 10, I'm like, nope, get it out of here. So yeah, this is, I'm really excited about this. It's a puller, so it's going to be way more efficient. That was the big problem with the 85X2, is that since it was, so the pushers have a really hard time. So this is what, you know, this is basically what a pusher setup is, right? The supports for the duct, the supports for the motors are above the motor, and that's not where you want them. Up here, up above the motor, that's where all the work is done. That's the low pressure zone. The propeller is creating a vacuum basically up there to pull the air that was stationary in. So that's where all the work gets done, right? The air was just hanging out, and then this motor and propeller is grabbing at that air and it's pulling in. And it's really important that there's no obstructions up there so that it can get the air in cleanly without having to do extra work. Down below the propeller, it doesn't matter. The work has already been done. It just wants to get the air out. So the fact that on our puller setups, we've got garbage down below the motor, it doesn't really matter. Like, you want to, it's easy to think of these rigs as pushing themselves up. They're not. They're pulling themselves up. Like, I know it's hard to wrap your head around that, but it's true. Like, you know, when you hover it above your head and you feel the downwash, you're like, oh yeah, you feel the thing holding itself up. That's not it, man. It's pulling itself up. The magic is happening up above it, way above your head, and it's pulling itself up into the air. So yeah, the fact that this 85 setup that I'm going to build with Brian's help is going to be a puller is going to make it a lot more efficient, better performance, better kind of everything. And yeah, I'm actually like really excited. The only problem with it is going to be that the only real spot for a battery is going to be all the way on the bottom, hanging way off, which, I don't know, maybe that won't be that big of a deal. It is just going to get floated around like a Cinewhoop anyway, so, you know, hopefully it won't be too big of an issue, but we'll see. The indoor drone tours guys have basically that same build. It's set up a little bit different, and it's set up to carry a naked GoPro, but it's a very, very similar build, and so that's what I'm kind of, their builds are what I'm sort of basing this off of, and their builds fly great. So I'm thinking it's going to be a good one. The other problem with the pusher, the Beta 85X2 pusher setup is, a but not only are there the supports, not only are there the motor supports, but there's also an A-arm carbon fiber brace. So like when you look at that 85X V2 from above, there's all these extra obstructions, and basically all you really get is like half of the propeller that's in clean air, and they're already a 2-inch propeller. So yeah, the puller setup that I'm building, everything is kind of centralized on the top. The Insta360 Go is going to sit right here, and then the camera the Nano FPV camera is going to sit up in front here. So yeah, there are going to be as few obstructions as possible, and I'm hoping that it's not super loud. You can kind of hear it with the 85X2 pusher. It's very loud, like in the air. It's just and it's not like a prop and motor noise. It's just like the air is smashing into itself and making horrible turbulence kind of sound. So yeah, I'm super hopeful. CMYK says, finally got my Insta360 Go 2 in hand, ready to build out a tiny lifter. Very cool. Weirdo with a Skateboard says, no, the think about blowing stuff up is Guy Fawkes Night. I still don't know what that means, weirdo. Adam T says, I'll watch them for sure. What would you do with them if you could do one thing? I don't know what we're talking about here, Adam. What are you gonna watch? Smooth and Groovin says, how do I go about using yaw deadband for unwanted yaw on throttle blips? I don't think that you should use deadband for that, Smoothin'. If you wanted to, though, just go into the receiver tab, and then there's just a field called yaw deadband, and you can use it there. But the problem with doing that is then when you're not doing throttle blips, you're going to have this big chunk of deadband in yaw. The better option is to open up your transmitter and make your throttle very smooth, very, very, very smooth. See how it'll like fall down on its own sometimes? Like make it real smooth. And then the springs on yaw, make them a little bit tighter. Make the yaw springs a little bit tighter than the roll springs. In my opinion, you shouldn't make them super tight because, I don't know, to me, you want some semblance of normalcy of the spring tightness between these two. Maybe that doesn't matter to you, but just for me it does. But yeah, by making your yaw spring tighter and your throttle throw smoother, it's gonna, when you push the throttle up, just, mechanically, it's gonna want to go up rather than going over. And then the other thing is just to get good, bro. Seriously, like just work on it. You now have it. It actually took me a long time to figure out what was going on with that. You've figured that out. That's a big step. You figured out why you're getting the little bit of rotation when you jam the throttle up or down. That's huge, man. The fact that you figured that out is a really big deal. Now that you have that in your head, when you blast the throttle, you're going to think, like, don't put yaw in. And over time, you will just naturally begin to push the throttle up and down dead center and stop pushing into yaw. So great work figuring that out, because that's not an easy process. There's a couple of things you can do. Like I said, I do not think you should add more than, like, I always add 2 or 3 points of deadband. I don't think that you should add more than that, because then when you're not doing throttle blips, it's just going to feel weird. You're just going to have this little dead zone for no reason. Adam T says, 100% will do. You're awesome, man. I spent hours trying to get that info, LOL. Adam, what are we talking about? Was this from a previous... Oh, you were asking me about the T-Motor 0803s. Awesome. Okay, got it. Cool. Adam T also says, what is your favorite indoor freestyle tiny whoop? Do you have a video that you could point me to? For the last, 2 or 3 months, Adam, pretty much every single Whoop Wednesday and Freestyle Friday has been based around finding the best indoor Freestyle Tiny Whoop. So tons of flight footage for you to watch, tons of info for you to digest. My personal favorite setup at the moment, and I mean this changes week to week because I keep testing different stuff, but today my favorite setup is you buy a Mobula 6 ELRS, you put it into a Beta FPV Meteor 65 frame, and you put GemFan tri-blades on it. If it doesn't have enough, so it comes with, the Mobula 6 comes with 0702, the ELRS Mobula 6, I should say. It comes with 0702 26,000 kV motors, which are great. If for some reason those motors don't have enough power for you, you can upgrade to an 0802 25,000 kV. But to be honest, you'll probably be happy with those 0702s. They're a half a gram per motor lighter, which is a big deal. So it's going to crash better. It's going to have a little bit more float. It's an amazing setup. I really can't say enough about it. If possible, try to buy it from Race Day Quads or Pyrodrone or Get FPV, because Happy Model's quality control is awful. And a lot of their stuff just doesn't work right out of the box. So like if you buy it from Banggood, for example, there's a decent chance it won't work out of the box. Trying to do a return through Banggood is a total pain in the ass. Or any overseas retailer, it's always going to be a pain. So there you go. Freelojo says oh my God. Fry Day sucks. I didn't say it. I just read it. All right, don't get mad at me. Get mad at Freelojo for the dad joke if you get mad about dad jokes. Metal Dirtskin says that's totally on point and I'll never be a true OG like Tommy Steele Nurk. So what I really need to know is where to go from where I am. Much more relevant. Yeah, totally Metal. Adam T says I've been following for a long time lurking. I found you a long time ago through Joshua. He was my only FPV Patreon. You have now joined them. Very cool, Adam. Much appreciated, man. For anybody thinking about joining Patreon, I guess I should also mention that I do giveaways every other Monday. You can get in on the giveaways by jumping into the $5 a month tier, $10 a month tier, or $20 a month tiers. $5 a month gets you entered to win Tiny Whoop and Toothpick stuff. $10 a month gets you entered in to win Cinewhoop and 3-inch micro brushless stuff. $20 a month for 5-inch parts. The tiers are priced as per the price that I have to pay for the stuff that ends up in the giveaways. You know, when I buy a frame to put into the giveaways, a 5-inch frame to put into the giveaways, it costs me between $50 and $100. When I buy a Tiny Whoop frame to put in that giveaway, it costs me $3. So that's how that works. Zach says, that was exactly the type of answer I was looking for, and I'm a tall, lanky, long-figured guy like yourself. Nice, Zach. There you go. Snag a QX7. Do yourself a favor. Maybe if you have the option, this is an OG QX7. QX7. And with our big, long fingers, you're probably going to have to remove the switch that's in this location because your knuckle is going to hit it. FR Sky eventually realized this, and they released the QX7S. S for sport. I don't know. And on that model, they angled those switches away so that you won't have to remove that one switch. It's not a big deal because we don't use all of the switches anyway. But if you have a choice between a QX7 and a QX7S, get the S, because you won't have to remove that one switch. Reading the Wind says, that's the reason I do Fiverr workshops with you. Yeah, Reading the Wind actually has we're doing a weekly one-on-one, and that's been super fun. Anybody that wants to do a weekly one-on-one, I realized the other night that I'm going to start discounting them. So yeah, like your first one-on-one session with me is going to be the regular rates that are up on Fiverr. But then if you want to do if you want to grab a recurring time slot, I think Reed is Wednesdays at 5. Yeah, after the first session, once we get into a rhythm, I am going to do a little bit of a discount for that. So hey, Reed, remind me of that. remind me of that, my man. Instead of 40, it's going to be 30, and instead of 80, it's going to be 60. So, GrizzFPV says JHEMCU has an AIO 1 to 2S with ELRS built in. They do, but there's no VTX built in, which is why I didn't get it. I when that JHEMCU came out, I put it in my shopping cart in Race Day Quads, and I was like, and hold on, let me look. And I looked, and there was no VTX. I really like Tiny Whoop AIOs that have VTXs built in. Having to stick an external VTX on top of the board is just ugly, and there's not a really good canopy solution that has a camera and VTX all in one little unit. Not to mention that those little camera VTX all in one units fail a lot. So yeah, a requirement for me with a Tiny Whoop board is that the VTX be built into the board itself. And basically what that means is newbie drone or happy model. Kevin Sumner says Radio Master Zorro Jumper T. YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up. Oh wow, I'm way behind. All right, I gotta go fast here. Radio Master Zorro, Jumper T Pro, iFlight Commando all have ELRS built in. Do they really? Wow, I really don't pay any attention to when a new transmitter comes out. I look at the thumbnail and I go, that's too small. It's not going to fit my hands, and that's it. I don't like watch any of the videos talking about them. I don't read anything about them. I don't pay any attention to anything about any of these new transmitters because I know that they're not going to fit my hands. And I'm not a reviewer. Like that's not my thing. There are plenty of reviewers out there that do a wonderful job. I really don't have much of an interest in entering into that space and trying to compete with those guys. It's not what I'm good at. It's not what I like to do. I am going to start doing reviews of things like propellers and batteries, mainly propellers, because nobody is doing propeller reviews. But yeah, wow. I had absolutely no idea that there were 3 transmitters that have Express LRS built in. That's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. Frank Nicholas saying the same thing. Ricardo says, now that you have DJI, what's your thoughts and experience about it, especially compared to analog? I have not done anything with it yet, Ricardo. Next week, I think, is going to be DJI week, where I install it into a bunch of quads and like learn it. I've used it a bunch from friends, but I don't know anything about it. So yeah, next week I'll have an answer for you. Kevin Sumner dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. Thank you, dude. Michael D says, or PayPal. Yep. If you don't want, if you want to do a super chat, but you don't want the evil Google, YouTube overlords to steal 30% of your hard-earned money, you can head over to CiottiFPV.com. Scroll down. There's a PayPal button. And then in the chat, just type at CiottiFPV, check your PayPal, and I'll go check it and go, hey, thank you, brother. Metal Dixon says, I think I signed up, or buy yourself something on Etsy. You know, it's all like over on the Etsy store, right? My stickers are $5 each. I'm not in the business of selling stickers. It's all like, I did that so that it's like, you know, you're helping me out, right? Like, it's like, hey, here's a $5 super chat, but you're going to get a sticker for it. So if you want to do a super chat, but you also want to get something cool in the mail, head over to Etsy. That helps me out just as much. You know, shipping, I usually just throw a stamp on the stickers, so it only costs me like 38 cents to send those stickers out. And I get the stickers pretty cheap because Sticker Mule does these crazy deals every once in a while. So, yeah, if you want to do a super chat, think about heading over to Etsy and buying a sticker. Or there's a bunch of hardware on Etsy too that you might need for your next build. If you don't have like a stash of like M2x3, M2x4, M2x5, M2x6, M2x7 screws, I can help you out. I have a whole bunch over there. And then next time you're doing a build, you won't have that moment where you're like, shit, I can't finish this. I have to order 100 M2x5 screws from Amazon. You know, don't do that. It's bad. I've done that. Help me get rid of the 90 extra of all these screws that I have. Melodorson says, I think I signed up for Epidemic Sounds just before you got your affiliate link. I used my own highs instead. Very cool. Yeah, I do have an affiliate link for Epidemic Sound, but it's whatever. It's all good. As long as I don't care if you guys use my affiliate link, as long as you're using someone's affiliate link. I do care if you use mine, but don't ever like feel bad about using somebody else's affiliate link. If you're using someone's affiliate link, that makes me so happy. Richard says congrats. Dan636 says congrats. Let's go. Thanks, guys. Kevin Sumner says congrats. Brain 3D is my go-to for 3D prints until I get my printer at home. Brain 3D does not have an affiliate program, so don't worry about that. But yeah, just get you some really properly printed and designed stuff and enjoy it. That's what I want. Adam T says just finished GT7's main story mode. What are your thoughts on it so far? I'm just absolutely in love. I'm so happy with how difficult the game is. I have it set as hard as it'll go with all the assists off, and front wheel drive cars are not super difficult, which is kind of normal. All wheel drive cars are a little bit more difficult, definitely challenging. And then rear wheel drive cars are rough, man. And I love that. I love having to work for it and just put the time in and just beat my head into this stuff. Yeah, the graphics are unbelievable. Even though I'm on a PS4, it still looks phenomenal. It's so good to have but Adam, you'll probably get a real kick out of yesterday's live stream. I gave like all my thoughts it's like a 2-hour stream, so I had plenty of time to give all my thoughts on the game. I'm thrilled though. I'm really, really thrilled with the game. All the little tiny details, they just did such a good job. It is so good to have a proper OG Gran Turismo game. I got into cars when I was in high school, which was Nintendo 64 days, PlayStation 1 days, and I remember when the very first Gran Turismo game came out, and I just fell in love. So when I initially got into cars, I was into like car audio and show car stuff because, that's typically the first thing you get into when you get into cars. Gran Turismo is one of the things, and then I got into drag racing a little bit. Gran Turismo pulled me out of that world and put me right into track day, autocross, mountain roads, basically turning the steering wheel world. And I've followed along, Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2, 3, 4. I think I skipped 5 and 6. I got back into with Gran Turismo Sport, and now 7 is just, oh man, it's so good. It's so good. I'm a little bit pissed that in the update that they put out the other night, they messed up all of the dirt track license tests and challenges, so they're all unwinnable at the moment. Instead of having dirt tires, you have comfort hard tires, which makes those challenges completely impossible. So that's kind of annoying, but they did fix it so that you can now live stream it. I haven't been able to live stream it. There was a bug where it would crash when you would start streaming. So they fixed that, which is fine. I just can't gold all of the international B licenses or A license. I forget which one, but it is what it is. So the game is phenomenal, though. Reading the Wind says 85 millimeters 1204. My dude, exactly what I was hoping. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. This 85 motor to motor build. Weirdo the Skateboard says I'm off. Have a good one. Getting the sponsors lag, great to see that because I know. For one, wouldn't be the hobby if it wasn't for your shit. Awesome. You're probably not here anymore, Rito, but maybe you'll watch this on the replay. Have fun, brother. Michael D says, did you see that Jumper release an updated switch to replace the right momentary switch? I didn't know there was a problem. I don't know anything about any of these Jumper radios, so it's just totally off my radar, unfortunately. Metalritzkin says, I'm going to build that HDLRC 3.5-inch pusher Cinewoop Veyron. We'll fly it off against the Terraplane, see which one is better for fat GoPro, I guess. That's pretty cool. What I know I don't know this for a fact, but I can pretty much guarantee you that the HDLRC frame is going to be way more durable. The way that the ducts mount on the Terraplane is just nuts. I don't understand why Andy did that. But yeah, so you'll certainly enjoy a lot more durability on the Veyron, I'm willing to bet. Tack is in the house. He says, "Hey, do you have a TX16X?" Nah, Tack, I am old school, man. I am a super OG guy. QX7s for life. So much so that this is an original QX7, not even the fancy QX7S. Yeah, us OG fellas with our old school radios. Like Tommy, for example. Tommy still flies an X9D with a really limited run. Or wait, maybe he got that dipped. I forget if he had that, if he had his case on his radio dipped, or if FR Sky had a really short little run with these wild graphics that are on the radio. But yeah, us OG folks are stuck on our old radios. Metanerdskin says, what props for the 85 millimeter whoop? GemFan has a 5-blade, and they also have a 4-blade. And this is why I'm hoping that I can make 2S work. I would love to run like a 2S 550 or 650 battery, low KV on the 2-inch 5-blade GemFan prop. That would be awesome. We'll see. Adam T says, that was about 10 minutes ago. I was referring to the oh, okay, cool. You're pretty old school too, Tack. I'm surprised that you don't have an old ass moldy radio that you've fallen in love with and can't let go. Reading the Wind says, will do. Veritas says, wait, what did you say that YouTube overloads get 30% of what we give you if we don't use PayPal? Correct, Veritas Weasel. All super chats. And here's the thing that really sucks is that they take 30% now and then they 1099 you and you have to pay taxes too. So like closer to 50% gets taken out of super chats, which is it's annoying, but in fairness, YouTube gives me this platform to live stream on for free, you know? So this is me paying for it, right? Well, I mean, it's kind of you guys paying for it, but yeah. So, you know, I'm not like about it. I'm just kind of like about it. Michael D says, check your PayPal. That's how it's done, friends. You go to CiottiFPV.com, you scroll down, you hit the PayPal button, and then you tag me in chat and say, yo, go over there. No money getting taken out. Michael sent $25. He says, appreciate the live streams you do. Your live streams are like hang out with you and everyone in chat. Thank you. You're certainly welcome, Michael. Thank you for supporting this wild adventure and very literally allowing me to continue to do this. You know, if you guys didn't support me the way that you do, I would have to do other things that keep the lights on and keep the rent paid. You know what I mean? So yeah, every single one of you folks, regardless of what you do, if you just hang out in here, if you leave a comment on the video, if you click like, if you subscribe, if you hit the bell, or if you send me some of your hard-earned money, every single little thing is the reason why I can keep doing this. And it really means a lot because, you know, I don't talk too much about mental illness anymore because I've been in a really good place for the last like 6+ months that I've been with Maggie. But it's something that I live with and have for a very long time. Those of you that have been watching these live streams for more than the last 6 months have gotten to see me in a real bad spot. You know, when the live streams began, I mean, you guys just got to see a descent into madness. Initially just from my depression kicking my ass during the pandemic. But then about a year ago, it was because my wife walked out on me. So yeah, the initial downfall was also because of 20 years of corporate project management jobs, just killing me. And then, you know, I was the least happy that I'd ever been in the job that I was in. And then at the beginning of the pandemic, I got laid off. So it was like I was in a really terrible place mentally because I just was not getting project management jobs that I enjoyed or that paid well. And for like most of my 20s, it was either or. And some of my 30s, like my early 30s, I would either have a job that paid really well and I hated, or I would have a job that I enjoyed, but it didn't pay all that well. And I would kind of bounce back and forth, bounce back and forth, bounce back and forth, all my 20s, all my early 30s. But then towards the end of my 30s, the only jobs that I could find in Charleston, and Charleston was the biggest part of the problem. It's a tourist town. There's no industry there. It's a right to work state, which is a fucking nightmare. Worst thing ever. And also it's in the South, so the Good Old Boy Network is very strong. If you don't know what the Good Old Boy Network is, basically when you apply for a job, it doesn't matter how good you'll be at the job or what's on your resume or really anything. All that really matters is who you know. If you know the right people, you could be the least qualified drug addict, alcoholic maniac, and it doesn't matter. Oh, well, so-and-so vouched for them. Oh, we'll just hire them. And, then Charleston wonders why their turnover rate with employees is like horrendous and why all of their businesses fail within like 5 years because they employ maniacs. So, yeah, it was all of these things just piled up. And then to get laid off by a job that I hated, that I wasn't making good money at, and the pandemic was in full force, it wasn't good. It was not good for me. It got really, really dark, and I almost didn't make it. But I'm glad that I did. And I found this. I took a hell of a leap into this, and you guys have kept this going, and like my mental health and my sanity, like doing this as a living is completely different. It's a completely different set of challenges, admittedly. This as a career is way more scary, way more scary. And I've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and I don't make good money, but I'm making better money every day. And if it were easy, everybody would do it, right? So it's I am more than willing to make all of these sacrifices to be able to do this, because at the end of the day, my mental health is kind of all that matters. Because for me, who, I've been diagnosed with, pretty severe depression and anxiety. My mental health, I have to put my mental health before everything, literally, in order to stay alive. Like, I know that sounds pretty dramatic, but it's true. So yeah, I mention too often probably like how much I appreciate what you guys have done for me, but I don't care if you're sick of hearing it, because it's a really big deal. And it's not something that I ever want any of you guys to feel like I take for granted, or for granted if, you're bad at English. You ever have somebody look you right in the eyes instead of saying the word granted in the context of take four, they say granite? I hope you never have that experience, friends. Because you don't know what to do. It's like, what? Do I run away? Do I ignore it? Do I attack this person physically? I gotta get caught up on chat. YouTube did the thing again. Come on. Thanks again, Michael D. Very, very kind of you. Veritas, can you use Venmo for payments after all the money I sent you? I hate to think that YouTube is taking 30%. Yeah, Venmo is fine, Veritas. Shoot me a message at CiottiFPV on like Instagram or Facebook, and I'll give you my my Venmo info. I think it requires an email address or maybe a phone number. I have it. I don't use it, but I do have it. It'll send me an email if you do it. Double A says, good evening. T-Bird says, that's what she said. Rear is rough. Adam T says, I'll watch yesterday's stream. You know I are a lot alike. I skipped from 5 till now. Nice. No wonder I was having such a hard time getting better than silver on dirt. Sheesh. Yeah, you know what's really annoying about it, Adam, is I was doing that license test when they did the update. I tried that license test like once or twice, and I'd gotten silver, and I was like, all right, here we go. And like as I was going into it, like the third or fourth time, they kicked me to do the update. And then I put on the Expanse, and I watched the Expanse for a while, and then I jumped back in. This is in the middle of the night. This is like 2 a.m. the other night that this is all happening. Put the Expanse on, watched an episode, went back, update was done. I'm like, great, jumped right back into that license test, and I spent 2 hours. 2 hours I spent trying to get gold on that license test. Like, dissecting every little bit of the demo, like looking up other, like... Usually I can gold the license tests pretty easily. And then I'll usually do them a couple more times so that I get a little bit higher on my list of friends and, your friends' times. The fact that I couldn't gold it, I have an issue with not being able to let go of things. It's one of the reasons why I'm here right now. Like I if I'm not good at something, I'll be goddamned if I don't get good at it. It's a problem. So yeah, that was pretty annoying. Go-Kart Mozart says, I spent 40 minutes doing a dirt license trying to get 1 more tenth for gold. When I realized it put me on comfort tires, not dirt, I yell shenanigans, I've been sandbagged. Yep, it took me 2 hours. Screw you, Go-Kart, for realizing that in 40 minutes. It took me 2 hours to realize that. I was watching the demo for the 7,000th time, and I looked down and to the left, and I saw the D under the tires. And I was like, oh, no. And then I went and I did the test, and I looked down by the tires, and sure enough, CH, comfort hard. I'm like, fuck you. And then I went on Reddit, and people were talking about it on Reddit. Terminal Insanity says, today I learned you were the one who told Kebab FPV what motors to use on the baby tooth and toothpick. I was, Terminal. Yeah, when Kebab wanted to get into micros, him and I had been friends on Facebook for a little bit. We talked about a couple of things here and there. He messaged me. He was like, hey, I want to get into micros. You're the guy. Tell me everything you know. He didn't say that. He started asking me questions. And for like 3 nights in a row, from like midnight until 2 a.m., because that tends to be when he's on Facebook Messenger, I just dumped everything that I'd learned up to that point on him. And my God, did he ever take it and run with it and make something really amazing with the toothpicks. The rig that my very first rig was basically a toothpick back in like 2017. It was the original Emax Baby Hawk. And I took it out of the plastic frame. I put it into a carbon fiber frame that would swing 3-inch props instead of 2.3-inch props. I tried really hard to make it work on 1S. I figured out like the exact right KV. I researched all the bi-blade 3-inch props. Eventually I went to 2S, did all the research with that. So I was able to just dump all that knowledge on him. And he took it to another level because, he had a lot more money. Back early days of FPV for me, I was unemployed. So everything was like super, 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 super budget. Kebab was a dentist. He had all the money to actually, have frames cut and have motors made and all this stuff. So he did what I couldn't do. And it was so much fun for me to watch. It was so, so, so fun. Unfortunately, by that point, I had moved away from toothpicks. I'd been flying toothpicks for a couple of years at that point, and I was going towards 5-inch and 3-inch heavier, 250 gram all up rigs. So like I was watching this toothpick explosion happen, and I'm just like, yeah, I never even built one. But it was really cool to watch, and I love that he did what I couldn't do with it. That was that was really, yeah, felt good, man. Felt good to watch somebody do something that that I was not able to. And for Bob to be the guy doing it was perfect because he's such a great dude. Adam T says, just got Fanatec DD and an SRM hub, can't decide on the wheel and pedals, so I can't use it. That's super annoying. Wam FPV says, Russian keeping me from screams, Putin all up my FPV time. You're not over there, are you, Wam? Slide By says, but we still love you and you have helped in more ways than you know so many. Thank you, Slide By. That's cool of you to say. I super appreciate that stuff from all you guys. Hard FPV says, just built 2 new 5-inch all-up weight, 650 gram, nice and light. 2306 1900's been missing out. Completely different feel from flying 750 to 800 gram all-up weight. There you guys go, man. Lightweight is everything, and it's not that hard to do. It's hard to get below 650, but getting a 5-inch rig to 650 grams is totally doable. And yeah, Heart FPV, you're absolutely right. The difference in flight characteristics between a 650 gram 5-inch rig and a 750 to 800 gram 5-inch rig, it's night and day. And the heavier rigs don't fly better. Surprise, surprise. Jackalope FPV says, you need a new fun goal since you hit the ELRS. I do. Look at that. What do you guys want to see? Kevin Sumner says, how do you find good places to fly other than the local community? I used to go out on my lunch breaks and just drive. I would pick a road or a direction, and I would drive a half an hour out. I would turn around and drive a half an hour back. I would try to drive a different route on the way back, and I would just do it every day. Every single day I would go out and look for spots. That's the only, and I've done that here in Atlanta too. Like, either in the middle of the night when I can't sleep, or sometimes it'll just be the middle of the day and I'll be like, I need a new spot. Here we go. I just go out and just put the time in. Just like anything else, you just brute force it and just put the time in, and that works really well. Seem like some guys use Google Maps. I've never been able to do that. It doesn't find, when I've used Google Maps to find spots, I find a couple of spots and then I drive to them and they're not good spots. I can't wrap my head around what a good spot looks like from a satellite. CMYK FPV says, do you use an ND filter on your 360 Go 2? I forgot that there were ND filters available for them. Somebody reminded me of this. I think it was Frank Nicholas like a couple streams ago. And then I forgot again. But right now, I'm going to go to Amazon and search for, oops. Do I not have a keystroke on the laptop for monitor? That's not the right monitor. That's not the right monitor either. Still not the right monitor. There we go. Nope, that's definitely the wrong monitor. It was the right monitor. What am I doing? Yeah, this is the right one. Woo! Jesus. I'm going to go to Amazon and I'm going to search for Insta360 Go 2 ND, and I'm going to add them to my shopping cart so that I don't forget again. Because they're really nice. They just screw right on. I guess you got to put the word filter in. There we go. Look at that. I'm just going to add these. I'll do a little bit more research to try to find the best ones. But yeah, now it's on there. Thank you for the reminder, my friend. Ramdonko says, good for you. Dennis Gerber. Dennis Gerber says, I feel that homie just quit pretty good paying job because it was wrecking my mental health. Yeah, they'll do that. Tuesday's my last day, relieved and terrified at the same time. Yeah, relieved and terrified. That's a really good, I just spit on the desk. That's a really good summation of doing that. I don't have any tips for you. You just have to do it. Yeah. I wish I had the secret, but I haven't figured it out myself yet. So, yeah, you just have to, and everybody's different. You know, people that don't have really a really hard time with mental illness, they can put other things first. And I'm very jealous of that. Like, I would love it if I didn't have depression and anxiety, because I could make a lot more money, and you can do great things with money. You know, you can help a lot of people. You can build up like a nest egg for later on in your life. But, you know, this is the hand of cards that I've been dealt, and I'm gonna rock it in a way that makes the most sense for me. And, you know, every single one of us has to really decide that for ourselves. You know, I was on a path that, and you know, things can happen in life that will wake your ass up for that stuff. You know, I love that you figured this out. I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but it sounds like you figured this out before it got really bad. I did not. I'm too stubborn for that. So it had to get unfathomably bad for me before I did something about it. But you know, us human creatures are pretty extraordinary. You know, like, even when some shit like that happens, like, we can bounce back and do great things. So never forget that, guys. Even when shit's getting dark. If you need an example of that, you got one right in front of you. I was a completely different human being on this planet 1 year ago. More than a year ago, a year and a half ago. And yeah, almost didn't make it out of 2020. But here I am, a pro FPV pilot that was just on a Joshua Bardwell video with the likes of Nurk, Tommy, and Steele. And I didn't do anything special. I just put my head down. I just put my head down and kept going and going and going and going and going. Brute forced it, you know, put the time in. Oh God, I need to get Clamman on this laptop. Yeah. Ram Dago says Clamman. Yeah, you know, I didn't do anything special. I didn't have any money. I didn't have, you know, the one thing that admittedly I had going for me was Quad Camp Atlanta. You know, I had this one thing that put me on the map a little bit with a couple of pro pilots. And I had this relationship that I built from that with Joshua Bardwell. I just kept messaging him whenever I had something, you know, of value to say to him, or like a really good question, not just like, you know, you can't just send somebody a message over and over and over again. You have to like bring value to it, you know, like people will get burned out of that. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of the advantages to, like, let's just be honest, right? People that like make it big or whatever, they typically have like a background or like a set of advantages that the majority of people don't. Like, it's, and it is legitimately way harder to do it. A lot of times it's just money, right? Let's just say it. It is so much harder to do that without money, but it is absolutely possible. I feel like you have to work a lot harder and you have to put in a lot more time, but like, in doing so, you meet more amazing people. You feel like you really worked your ass off for it. Not saying that these other people didn't, but you know, it's doable. Is I guess what I'm getting at here. It's gonna take longer. You're gonna have to work harder. But what else are you gonna do? Play more video games? You know, I love that I have a little bit of time now to play some video games. I swore off video games at the beginning of FPV because I was like, no, I want to use that time for FPV, and it was totally worth it. So you got to be willing to make some sacrifices, but it's worth it. Do it. You got it. If I can do it, anybody can. You know, I'm not special. Ryan Jones with a $5 super chat. He says mental health. Thank you, Ryan. Very kind of you. I want to talk more about mental health. I used to talk about it all the time, and I get great comments and messages from people that are like, yo, thanks for talking about it. I thought it was just me. When I'm in a bad place, I talk about it. I've not been in a bad place in a long time. So I haven't been talking about it. But I really do want to more, because it's super important. And quite frankly, like I love that I bring all this good FPV content to the world, but I love even more bringing mental health conversations to the world, because that's life-changing shit, right? FPV is fun and whatever, but mental health will save somebody's life straight up, like keep somebody on the planet. All right, I'm gonna get caught up and then we're gonna fly a little bit. Terminal Insanity says you should design your own Tiny Whoop brand / lineup. I would love to. I would love to get into product design stuff, but man, it is just not something that I've been able to find any time for. Maybe in the future we'll see, but I doubt it. I'm super focused on these live streams and getting professional flying gigs. Those are the two things that I love most. I don't really love product design. I'm just not really built for it. So you probably won't see that from me. What I would love is for someone that does enjoy that to collaborate with me, or folks that are already doing it, or somebody that wants to get into it. I would love that. I would love to just knowledge dump on somebody so that they can make a better product. Metal I found the tip for installing those inserts in plastic. I think gonna post a link in Discord. Very cool metal. Do me a favor, send me a direct message on Discord with that, because I typically don't have time to read through the Discord. Frank Nicholas says, don't forget to use your Amazon affiliate link. I don't think I've ever remembered to use my own Amazon affiliate link. North49RC says, will the AIO board from the UZ65, the Super BF for us to, I have no idea, North49. North49, go to CiottiFPV.com, scroll down to the bottom, there's a link to my Discord. On my Discord, there is a Tiny Whoop text channel. Drop that question in there, and I can almost guarantee you somebody will be able to help you out with it. Adam T says, last question I promised for tonight, what's your favorite Tiny Whoop camera? I don't have one yet. We're going to be testing that next week on Whoop Wednesday. Off the top of my head, though, I think it's going to be the camera that comes with the Mobula 6. That's one of the other things I love about the Mobula 6 ELRS, is that the Runcam Nano camera that comes with it is really good. It's really light. It's not the best looking of the cameras, but I think it's the lightest, and it looks good enough. It looks better than the Newbie Drone BI, and it's lighter weight. So I really dig it. Michael D says you should start a Ciotti would like a PS5 fund, and there it is. It's just as simple as that. PS5 fund. My God, what do those things cost? $1 million now? Sony, I need to make it longer. Sony PS5 fund. I think you have to pay $500 for the damn things nowadays. So let's just round it. Well, hold on. I got to do this because inevitably a bunch of these will come in as super chats, and then YouTube and Google will take a bunch of them. There we go. Awesome suggestion, brother. Thank you. Ryan Jones, thanks again for the $5 super chat. T-Bird says, what spec is your monitor you use for editing? If I take my time, I'm good on my MacBook, but for now, I'm to the point of shooting 2 to 3 jobs per day. It was crazy for me to walk away from Michelin. I use old Mac monitors, the old clear plastic ones. They're probably like 10 years old by now. The key is to get the thing that tunes the colors in. Spider, I think, is the company that makes it. Yeah, one of the things that you know what I'm talking about. That's the trick. Freelojo says, collective, I quit 22-hour and am much happier at 1450. Learned to wash hash. Nice, Freelojo. Dennis Gerber says, realized that when the burnout was getting worse, had to do something. Well, I still could do something. Thanks for the inspiration, man. My absolute pleasure, brother. Family Guyver says, I wish I could get there and do better for my life. I'm proud of you, man. You inspire me. Whatever you're doing in life, Family Guyver, it's good enough, dude. Like, I wear these bracelets all the time that are made by this company Zox, Zox. There you can kind of see it. Z like zebra, O like oregano, X like X-ray. Zox has one of these that says they have little secret messages on the inside, and these are like little mental illness breaker things for me. One of them says you are enough. I think there's another one that says like you're good enough. You are like today, right now, like you're good enough. Whatever you're doing is good enough, especially if you're not like, punching children. If you're here on Earth not being evil and horrible, that's enough. Like you don't have to, be a pro pilot. You don't have to be famous on YouTube or Instagram. To be honest, being famous on YouTube and Instagram is kind of a nightmare. I'm very jealous of people that get to just go to work and be anonymous and just get a job done and get paid and come home and enjoy their home life. So yeah, don't ever let, one of the things that social media has done is really glorify being famous or whatever. And you don't get to see, and I'm like, 0.01% famous, right? Like and already I'm just like, Jesus, this is awful. Like I can't imagine having 100,000 subscribers or followers or whatever. Like what an absolute nightmare, because like the amount of awful people that attack you is ridiculous. And then the really good people get lost. And so you don't get the good interactions because they get buried by all these horrible interactions. And then the horrible interactions are the only ones that we think about. So love where you're at right now because it's a great place to be. Michael with another 25 over on PayPal for the PS5 fund. Michael, thank you, dude. Damn, very, very cool. So we got 25 there, and then I think I might have seen there it is, Ryan Jones with a $5 super chat for the PS5 fund. Thank you, Ryan. We are at 30. Look at us go. Awesome. You guys are the best. So yeah, don't let society get you down. Easier said than done for sure. But yeah, it's being e-famous is not what it looks like from the outside. It really isn't. Ramdango says, at least there's some flying around. Steady Eddie says, you've got to focus on yourself sometimes. It doesn't make you a dick. If you are not taken care of, it's hard to do anything. Give to others. Hashtag Ciotti getting deep. Love you, bro. Yeah, big words of wisdom there from Steady Eddie. You do. Your mental health for many of us needs to be absolutely number one. And if that means that you have to completely fall off the radar for an entire week or for one day a week every week, which tends to be my sort of flow, it just is what it is. Like yesterday, Thursday is one of my days off. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my days off. I love it when I'm in a good headspace to work on those days because I get extra work done. Yesterday was not one of those days. I got like 2 things of value done yesterday and then spent the entire rest of the day playing Gran Turismo 7. That's just what I need in order to be able to show up for the other 6 days a week. And yeah, everybody's completely different. But to bury that and to ignore that never goes well. Never goes well. You can't push... it's like a basketball in a pool. You can push that basketball down as hard as you want for a long time, but at some point, that basketball is coming back up. And yeah, our mental health is the same way. I just saw... I follow a ton of mental health-centric Instagram pages, and just the other day, I saw that as a visualization of it. I was like, that's kind of brilliant. So yeah. Ramdongo says the CiottiFPV rigs. Terminal Insanity says you already did product design. You got your perfect whoop spec'd out. Find suppliers for the parts and start selling it. Terminal, you would not believe the amount of time, and I know this because Bob Ruge has been in this world for the last couple of years, and we talk all the time. You would not believe the time and money it takes to do product design, especially in FPV. The time is finding manufacturers that won't fuck it up and trying to communicate with these manufacturers because they're all in China. It is a absolute nightmare. And seeing what Bob has gone through is why I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole, because it is just a disaster. To give you some idea, a couple of months ago, Bob took a $15,000 hit. I'm not going to get into any more detail, but he lost 15 grand towards the end of last year because of a series of events that were pretty much unavoidable. Like, he's a smart guy, he's been around the block, and still and that's the name of the game with product design. So it's just something I'm not interested in at all. I am perfectly content taking the products that are out, that are available, and figuring out what's the best one and flying it. That's what I do well, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Adam T says, fine, you walked me into it. I'm buying one tonight. Nice. CMYK says, Max Studio Fund, LOL. Yeah, maybe that'll be next. FPV Trucker says, what's that whoop prop removal tool you use? It's not in your tool list. It's the WIHA, WIHA chip lifter. I am horrified that that's not in my in the description. I will take care of that. Chip lifter. If you search Amazon for WIHA chip lifter, it is the very first search result. The number is 26810. WIHA 26810. That'll find it for sure. But I will get it into the description for certain. Right, Ramdonko says true, and a controller, Riot 9. Riot 9 says be nice when you have to rebuy GT7, should add that on. They hook you up. You only have to pay like $30 if you've bought the PS4 version and then you buy the PS5 version. Oh god, and a controller. I don't need an extra controller. I just need the one. Ramdonko says, true, keep streaming. Thank you, brother. Slide by says, I quit FPV and stepped away from a lot of stuff 2 years ago to help get myself better. That's strong work right there, Slide by. Lost new friends doing it, and now I don't have anyone to fly with, but I'm in a better place. To be really honest, the whole flying with friends thing, it's cool and all, but this is the most solitary hobby ever. You're going to fly better alone. You're also going to get better flying alone a lot of times. So you did the right thing, obviously, Slide by. Don't beat yourself up, though, about losing those friends, because flying alone has a lot of benefits. So just focus on that. Focus on the fact that, there's a lot of benefits to flying alone. And that's that, man. Keep it nice and simple. Oh, come on. Can't you just please? Oh no. Oh boy. I made it worse, guys. I made it way worse. Come on. No, it's this direction. There we go. Close enough. Oh wait, and I popped it. I bumped it out of focus while I was at it. Good. There we go. Ryan Jones says, new to this channel, but you've inspired me really to get into the hobby. Your channel really is a vibe. Thank you, Ryan. Glad to have you. Make yourself at home. Tell your friends and enjoy. Michael D says, you can't make someone happy if you can't make yourself happy. My God, is that true? My God, is that true? Virgin FPV mentioning the Wim Hof method. There's something to it. Not for me, but there's something to it for sure. I prefer regular old Western sort of meditation. But Wim Hof is there's some cool stuff there, for sure. Oh, come on. That's too crooked. Hold on. Ooh. That's it. There it is. Hey, let's fly. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to get this plugged in. Remember, Bot Grinder is at 9 o'clock. I will be going off the air promptly at 9 so that you guys can head on over and get you some bot. VTX is plugged in and outside the door. Oh, I didn't do mailbag. All right, maybe we will go a little bit long, but I'm gonna really lean on you guys to go watch Bot because 9 o'clock is his time slot. But I do want to do mailbag because there's some cool stuff in there. Yarbs was on a Zoom with some company today trying to tell a software salesman had CiottiFPV hair. True story. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do the Mobula 7 first as a last hurrah. This might be the last time that the Mobula 7 in this, Mobula 7-ish configuration lives and or flies. This is on the HGLRC 0802 25,000s. I don't know, maybe it'll blow my tits off. It certainly didn't in my apartment, and it hasn't blown my tits off yet, and I have flown it a bunch, but I don't know, maybe there's some secret sauce to the new antenna and canopy and camera setup. Like I said, I doubt it. Ain't gonna hold my breath. I think it's gonna get pulled apart and put into a carbon fiber frame for some outdoor nonsense. All right, let's get it. Here we go. Oh wow, what's happening there? What's going on with the VTX? We're on 25. Let's keep it on 25. It's fine. It's just a little blip. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I forgot how. Okay. The hover point is so much lower. Okay, rejected. Rejected by the railing. It does have a little bit of. It's got some float to it. Man, it makes some noise. Oh, that door is open. Oh, I hate when that door is open. The kids always leave that door open. Oh, that was going to be sick. I was going to do a Maddie down from that. Whoo! Low to the ground, Maddie. This is what I wanted to do. Oh, hello. Oh no, oh no. Okay, easy, 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 easy. Oh God. Oh, that tight gap. Oh boy, wow, I just got a big blip in my goggles. Man, this camera looks great though, doesn't it? Oh man, yeah, this rig doesn't throw. Oh man, this VTX, I don't know what's happening with this VTX, man. This thing lacks power with these motors. Ooh, got that lamp. I got it good. Are you guys getting a ton? Is the video terrible for you guys? Jesus. It's, these, what's going on here? What's going on with these? Oh, balls, I just changed channel. All right, hold on. My rapid fire won't lock. It won't give me the thing. Oh, I turned the fan on so we could do some sketchy shit. Which way does it turn? It turns this way. What can we do here? I should be doing this with the 65s. Oh man, those blades are really winging around there. I was hoping I could orbit at the same speed as the blades. Ooh. Nope. No. Don't make me take the walk. Please. What? What is this? What is happening with the world? Oh, I'm stuck in the slats of the bench. That's it. I gotta take a walk. Who's that? Hello. Oh, bye bye. Felix saying hello. Just for a second though.
9.
Oh, I got through the railing.
7. 6. 5.
Oh, there it is. Man, it is hard. Ooh. Oh, I'll just go over it. Oh, it was a good idea in theory.
1.
Oh boy, this battery's going. 2.9, yeah. We're gonna call it quits. Yeah, not enough power. Not a good enough power to weight ratio. It's just not there. The 65s are still king. We're gonna do one more real quick. I was kind of hoping that this would have more float, and it kind of does. One of the things with trying these momentum moves inside, these off throttle moves, is trying to. It is just that like these rigs drop like a stone. You know, like when I here, for example, right? Like when I throw this up over the railing, they just fall down. Here's a better. Right? Like they don't. I wish I could get more hang time. But yeah, I mean it's just. Actually, that might be a little bit more hang time than the 65s. I mean, in theory, it should be. It's a bigger parachute. Ooh! No! Don't be unrecoverable. Thank you. Ooh, that was weird. I got really disoriented. Oh my god. Oh boy. I got really disoriented on that one. Oh! No. Oh, that door can go to hell. Let's get our little corkscrew going. Oh, that corkscrew. Just keep turning left, friends. Ooh! Yeah, see, so I was full throttle for a while on that, and it just refused to pull out. That's what she said. Oh, what was that? What did I just hit there? That was interesting. So my fingers are kind of sweaty. And these rubber stick ends are really slippery right now. Okay, I don't think this rig has crash prevention turned on because it is not leveling out. Yeah, it does not. It's not leveling out when I hit stuff. Oh yeah, see, not enough power. Not enough power. It's too much weight with not enough Oompa Loompa. Oh, that was cool looking, wasn't it? Let's go for the big move that I haven't been able to hit yet with this. Why not? Ooh, I almost got fan bladed. Oh wait, there's also this little gap that I just opened up. Oh boy. We're gonna hit that gap that I just showed you. Maybe into a big power loop up the stairs with the 65 mil rigs. Oh, come on now. Rejected. But this camera looks really good, does it not? This is that 199 camera. I'm pretty impressed by it. So yeah, that's it for the Mobula 7 in this. I'm gonna take some pictures of it because it does look really cool like this. But yeah, it's just not my thing. It's not what I'm looking for from an indoor rig. So the Mobula 7 AIO will make its way to a carbon fiber frame, and it'll be an outdoor ripper. Okay, now we're gonna move over to We Bleed FPV 300 mAh 1S BT 2.0 batteries, and I've got 4 of them charged up here. Yeah, let's get it on. First up, we're not going to get to try the 0702 motors tonight because we've kind of run out of time. So we're just going to test the 3 rigs that are currently built. We're going to go 0803 versus Tiny Whoop 0802 versus Happy Model 0802. First up, because I'm really curious. First up, because I'm curious, is going to be the 0803s. T-Motor 0803, 22,000 kV. Joe G FPV with a $10 super chat for the PS5 fund. Thank you, dude. Very cool of you. 30 goes to 40. Look at us go. Love it. Thank you, Joe G. T-Motor 0803s, and I have them on the 1.2-inch quad blade props. I wish we had a 1.2-inch 5-blade propeller. That would maybe make these motors doable. This thing might not even... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, they'll spin the right direction. I was going to say they might not be spinning the right direction, but they will be. I'm not expecting much from this, but it is a fun little experiment. VTX scene, there we go. This is also the AIO that keeps shutting off. This is also a Newbie Drone BI camera. I gotta get it on the right model. Oh man. So this is not an Express LRS rig. So it's gonna be Latency City. This is OG FR Sky. Oh my god, it feels heavy. Hover point is really high. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, this feels weird. This feels really weird. Hold on. This hover point is an issue that I need to fix first and foremost. Oh god, there's so much expo. Okay, let's take the expo down to 30. This is throttle expo, by the way. And then the midpoint is way higher. Okay, let's try 35. That's probably about right. Nope, it's still too low. What's the hover point? 40? 45? Jesus, 40. Let's put it at 40. All right. This will be a lot closer, and here we go. Oh no! Well, there goes the VTX turning off. Well, it felt pretty awful when it was up in the air. I need to fix the filtering really quick in order to give it a fair shot. It was just oscillating all over the place, so I'm not getting full power. So let's just knock that out real quick because it's not really a fair fight without that. So I'm just gonna add a bunch of filtering. Virgin, don't do that. What are you doing? Stop it. Virgin, I'm gonna time you out. It's only for 300 seconds. You're welcome to come back. But you can't do that. That's not cool. All right. And let's get Betaflight going here. Okay, so let's add... Well, actually, let me check these. These are... one of these props might be banged up. Hold on. Let me check the... let me check and see if it's a mechanical issue first. Man, what is with the delay? There's a humongous delay. Oh my god, what is happening? The CPU load's only 11. I don't know why there's such a delay there. That's weird. Is this on 8K or something? It's on 4. Okay. Whatever. I'll ignore it. Hopefully it goes away. Or hopefully it's fine, rather. Let's just dump the PIDs down a little bit. That'll help. And Okay. Drop this feed forward down as well while I'm at it. All right. And save that. Dynamic idle, I'm going to leave that alone. Throttle boost is awful high. Probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but let's just take it down anyway. Rates should be correct. Yeah, those are good. So let's do this. And we're just going to whack this gyro all the way up. And then we're going to turn off the first and set low pass 2 to 1,000. And then for the D-term filtering, we're just going to move it up to 1.1. And I am going to turn on the dynamic notch, put it to a double notch, drop the Q factor down a little bit. And there we go. That's a ton more filtering. That should be enough to knock out any anger that this thing is experiencing. Let's give it one more shot, see if that's any better. If not, that's okay. This is just I mean, it feels incredibly heavy. And that's like that's a big no-no for me. But interesting little experiment. 0803s are really for the bigger props, the 1.6 inch props, not for these little 1.2s. All right, so it's much better with the extra filtering and the pig gains drop down. But it flies real heavy and real soft. Oh no, that's a wall. Let's try this gap. Ready? Let's try this little wacky gap. Let's see. This is gonna be cool if I can pull this off. Oh God, wow, this thing is hard. It's not accurate because of the weight. The weight really makes it slide around. Oh no. Try it one more time. We'll definitely do it on the other rigs. Oh. Come on now. I really want to get this. I want to show you guys this. Oh, nope, I did not do that right at all. I want to turn it into a big wall ride power loop thing. It's hard on the batteries too, Jesus. Okay. I thought I could like nurse that one on the way down. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? Oh, okay. It's not as bad as I thought. I'll fly another battery on it at some point, not tonight. Now that the tune's not all angry, it's definitely much better. But for the record, I would not recommend 0803s on a 1.2 inch prop. I've already tested that in the past, and that's confirmation there. All right, next up we've got tinywhoop.com 0802s versus flat spot towards me versus Happy Model 0802s. Also, the Happy Model 0802 rig, while still being on a cockroach frame, it does have a the better camera in it. I took the camera off of the Mobula 7 and I put it onto this newbie drone rig. What's up, Sage?
Hi.
I'm gonna hit you in the face. Ready?
No.
You damn right you're not. Although, why does it look so milky? What's with the milky? Oh, rejected immediately. Just immediate destruction. Oh. Uh-oh. I was stuck on some shoes. So this is the newbie drone board that flies weird. What is happening with this camera? Why is it so, like there's like no contrast in the camera? Hey Sage, can you close this door? That one. Hey, thank you! You're the best! Oh, I did not make it. I did not make it. The rig with the Mobula 6. Oh, I hit the lamp. The rig with the Mobula 6 AIO, it flies better. I know that sounds insane. And it really shouldn't. What was that? That was weird. What is... Hold on. I feel like the accelerometer might not be calibrated. No, that's in horizon mode. Weird. Crash recovery was working really strange just a minute ago. Yeah, Quad66 actually replied to my last live stream where I'd mentioned that I have this one newbie drone board that flies weird, and he said he's had the same experience. He had a newbie drone board. He had two newbie drone boards. One of them flew very different than the other one. There's no reason for that to be a thing. I almost hit Sage in the face. Oh my god. Poor kids. Woo! Now we're on fire. Alright. Starting to feel it. I get used to the way that this rig flies pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. What I can say though is that these two newbie drone, like the rig that I was just flying, even though it was on 0803s, it's on a newbie drone board, and it flies totally different than this one. So yeah, that's weird. Very weird. Okay, so those are the happy model motors. Man, this rig is beat up though, and these motors are beat up. Oh, this one is. The shaft is slipping quite a bit on this one too. This rig is hammered ass. This rig with the tinywhoop.com motors is much less hammered ass. And that's what we're going to fly next. So that was the Mobula 7 camera and canopy. This is the Mobula 6 camera and canopy. Look how much better this looks. What? They're the same camera. Oh my god, that was so laid out. This is, yeah, see, this is normal now. Oh, this is just everything. Hey, we got motion in that ocean. Oh, the couch came up and bit me. Oh, that's a tiny little gap there. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to try it. Ready? Oh, that was the sickest shit ever. Oh my god. That was so rad. Oh, I didn't think it would be that cool. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, get it up in there. Get in there. That's what she said. Oh, the lamp tried to get me again. Oh, it succeeded. It took me down. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, you know what I saw in... I'm doing a little tiny whoop edit with some old footage when I first started flying here. I did one of these. Watch this. Ready? Oh, you know what? Crash recovery now. I used to not have crash recovery on. Now that I do, I can't do that move anymore. Oh, I just fell behind it, didn't I? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Taking a walk. Oh, yeah, guys, go watch Bot. Go watch Bot. Go watch Bot. Somebody just did a super chat that says Bot right here. Fresh motors and fresh propellers. My God, do they fly well. All right, rest of this battery and then one more, and then we're going to wrap it up. But if it's 9 o'clock, you guys should be not listening to me right now. You should be watching some Boot grinder. Oh, no, no, no. Ooh, ooh. Hi. I love that line, man. That line down those stairs. Ooh! That's a version of the big throw that I never thought I'd be able to do. Oh, I almost did it sort of twice. Oh, man, that was nuts. I want to do more stuff up in here. Because I got this big... Oh! I got this big space. I want to play more with it. Yeah, I can't do that. Man, I might turn crash recovery off so I can do better wall taps. Just sitting in the throttle for that one. Oh my god, what's happening? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? What's up? What's down? Oh, shit! Wow, okay. Oh no! Slid into that wall. Oh man, I'm in it tonight, yo. I wish I'd charged up more batteries. Oh, this poor battery. I'm so... Oh! Oh! I didn't catch it anyway. This poor battery just got its ass handed to it. Sorry, battery. All right, one more. One more. Go watch Bot. Slide by says, can you go from the living room and power loop up to the light like normal and come down the steps? Yeah, Slide by. So that's the big impossible move. I've tried that a whole bunch of times. What you just saw is the closest I've come to it. I mean, the problem is doing it the way that you describe, which is also the way that I want to do it. It's completely blind. And the punishment for getting it wrong is pretty severe. So it's I'm very tempted to just like put a bunch of batteries into doing it, but I don't think I'm gonna. It's just, yeah, it's not a move that I think I'm ever gonna be able to get like solidly. And yeah, I try not to sacrifice a bunch of. I try not to break a bunch of stuff for moves that I can at least, you know, get like kind of skill based. That was a funny noise. But yeah, I think the version of it that is like repeatable is basically throw it up, get a big stall. Oh, that lamp has really just got my number tonight. Oh, see, like I can get in there, but it's really difficult. The other problem is my direction of travel is all wrong, or my I'll have to throw in a rotation in order to exit the stairs, because when the exit to the stairs is into the living room, right? So I need to be like that in that orientation, and I won't be. I'll be in an orientation from the power loop. Basically, I'll be like, it'll be like this, right? I'll be like in that orientation, and that exit is way more difficult because that exit, here, let me do it again. That exit goes into the hallway, and then I gotta make like 2 corrections. So I'll be like this, and then I'd have to, yeah, see, and it like rams me into the roller skates and that bench. So what I would have to do, I'll show you what I'd have to do. I'd have to do a 180 in midair. I think I would kind of have to do a yaw spin, actually, in the middle of it. Like this. See, I don't even know how to... Actually, I don't even think I would be able to do it because I need to be in the one orientation to stop the rearward momentum, and then I would have to 180. So I would have to be looking down the stairwell, and then I would have to 180 to point myself towards the living room. Let's see. Oh man, like it's fuck. It's amazing with a tiny whoop. Like once you start banging into stuff, it's just pinball city. What you know about that? Ugh, boy. Yeah, see that? Oh man, I'm deep under this couch. Oh yes, it feels so good. This rig has gotten beaten in the span of 2 batteries. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Let's fly small for a minute. Let's fly small. Here we go. Oh yeah, we're flying small. Get through there. Oh no. Get under there. Yeah. Oh shit! I can't believe that worked. The gap. There's like a 0.5 millimeter to spare doing those knife edges, which is why I don't ever try them because there's no skill. It's all just luck. I can't believe it went through that. That's ridiculous. That is the greatest thing to end on ever. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's the first time I've put it through the railing like that without hitting. Oh boy. Feels good to get lucky sometimes. That's what she said. Hold on. We're gonna bring the VTX in here and unplug it and whatnot. Ooh boy. That makes me want to try those little knife edges more often. I mean, it looks super cool, but man, when I hold the rig sideways in between those the vertical things, it's ridiculous. It's like that. Like there's no clearance. Ooh, that was delicious, friends. Just it tasted like meat and potatoes and with some ketchup. All right, we're gonna do mailbag. Do I have mailbag here? I don't have the little the mailbag thing here. Mailbag. Okay. GrizzFPV says CiottiFPV did it. Slide by says then maybe move the shoe stand, and I bet you could hit it. Oh god, I should unplug this, huh? Before this battery catches on fire. Move the shoe stand, but you can hit it. Just got to move it temporary to do the trick. It's the other problem is that having to do that. I can't even get it. I can't even get it to begin with. But then if I go into the living room on that dive down the stairs, there is a straight path, right? So like when I do that fling up over, I rotate it just right, and then there's a straight line. To do it the way that we need to do it, I'm going to have to come down level with the stairway. I'm going to have to go this way and then make another. So there's going to have to be a left and then a right. And like at that point, it just doesn't look good. I like with a big laid out trick like that, I want it to just be nice and smooth so you can see what the hell's going on. To do it going the other way down that hallway, it's the end of the move has ooh. And it's just like, it just doesn't look as good. So I've kind of given up on it. Plus, it's just so hard. Oh my God. It's so hard to get, because I come down the hallway and then I got to start the power loop. I have to roll right the exact right amount. So the first thing I have to do is miss the lamp, right? So I have to go straight up and then I have to wait until I'm clear of the lamp. And then I have to roll right just the right amount to throw it into the stairwell, and then I'm blind. Eventually, I get my eye line back, and now I'm looking straight down in the stairwell. So then I'll have to roll left to get it into the bottom of the stairs, and then I'll have to roll right once I get down there into the hallway in order to do it like that, versus, and it'll be even harder to try to do it into the living room, because I'll have to do that whole thing, I'll have to send it in, and then I'll have to turn left. I guess I could, on the way down, I could do like a corkscrew. I can't. That is beyond my ability as a pilot. I do not feel bad admitting defeat on that one. Man, I'll tell you what though, this thing flies. It is fresh. It is fresh motors, fresh props. But damn, it flies good. I really want to build a fresh one with the Happy Model motors for even more power. But I'll tell you what, man, these tinywhoop.com Zeus Juice 0802 25,000s, they are rocking, and they are a one-piece bell. So when they come back in stock, I might grab another set. This shreds, man. Wednesday flying in the apartment, I noticed that this thing was really flying good. But back-to-backing it with this rig on the Happy Model motors, like, whoo, yeah. This thing is legit. So there you have it, tinywhoop.com Zeus Juice. Big thumbs up from me. Slide by, we got that. Different approach, don't come from the living room. Yeah, I guess I could come from the dining room, but I try to stay out of the dining room because there's a painting in the dining room that's like really near and dear to Maggie's heart. So I don't do that. Dining room is kind of off limits. I don't want to mangle anything in there. Slide by. We got that. Michael D, thanks again for the $3 super chat. You guys should all be watching Bot Grinder by now. Michael D says, I'm seeing VTX blips on the newbie drone as well. Interesting. Salmon Rose FPV saying hello. What's up, dude? Riot9 says 5 minutes out. Brian Jardis says, I switched Mobula 6 with 25,000 kV motors to the Meteor 65 frame, and it started jumping when I arm. Could this be because the Meteor 65 frame is more flexible? Absolutely, Brian. The Mobula 6 has really aggressive PIDs and filtering from the factory. Just bring them down a little bit. Bring your, just like you saw me do, bring your PID gains down like 10 points. Go into your filters and turn and add a little bit more filtering, and you should be good. Or, I mean, to be honest, if it's only probably bouncing when it's on the ground. Once it's up in the air, it's probably fine. So you could sort of just ignore it. But Joe G FPV with a $10 super chat for the PS5 fund. I think I added that, but can somebody make sure? You guys might know. I don't know. Metal Dirtskin says 1.2 inch 5 blade. Time to pester Gem Fan. I have. I actually have been bugging them. I think the prop is too small to do that with, but I did mention it to them. Zach says, wait a tick, that's not your apartment. Correct. This is my girlfriend Maggie's house. Brian Jarvis says, on the 65, are you using tri or quad blade props? Tri blade props, Brian. The quad blade props are a little bit too much for 0802's 25,000 kV motors. If you're 20,000 kV or 22,000 kV, the 4 blades are really nice. Michael D says the problem is with the goggles. The video looks good on the stream. I think my module was popping out. I pushed the module back in, and it had made a little click, and then it was fine for the rest of that. Video's good here. Den636 says, all right, cool. So we're good. Mailbag time. Alex Cox, the one and only WOM FPV, sent me something. Let's see what it is. I think I know what it is. I think it is one more version. Oh no, it's the Rossi prints. Oh, thank you, Alex. These are the prints that I need to get the Rocinante back up in the air. We'll talk more about that on next week. Amazing. Athix says, how are you running videos now? What do you mean running videos, Athix? Oh, WOM, thank you, dude. This is awesome. Get that Basher glide back put together in full Rocinante spec. We're gonna go next to a newbie drone box. This is the order that I put this order, and then as soon as this order went in, I immediately realized that I forgot something, which is incredibly annoying, but happens to me all the fucking time. Athix says FPV video. I use this little Eachine ROTG1. yeah, ROTG1, and then it's micro USB, USB-C, I think. All right, newbie drone box. What do we got? Ooh, that's right. So I placed this order because the DJI foam in black finally came back in stock. So this is why I placed this order. And then I can never just order one thing, because if I just spend a little more money, I can get free shipping, which is like a 10% discount when the free shipping amount is at like 50 bucks. So apparently I got a second set of it. I don't remember ordering two, but you know, maybe I'll put one of those in a giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, I always buy Vifly short savers to put in giveaways when I do orders. Oh, here's my receipt and some stickers. Very cool. Nice little handwritten message as usual. This is the other reason that I did the order. I thought that I forgot to order these. Okay, I didn't. I remembered to order them. Awesome. These are what you need on the V3 Acro B board to run an external receiver. So that is, I'm very happy that I remembered. And then, yeah, I got two of these Emax 300 mAh batteries, which, all right, so this is not the last time that I'm going to fly the Mobula. I got these for the, well, it might be if they don't fit in the bay. I don't know if they're going to fit in here. They do. Okay. So they do fit in the thing. All right, yeah, so I'm going to give the Mobula 7, oh man, they don't fit well though. They wobble all around in there. I can fix that though. Yeah, we'll give the Mobula one more try. These do have GNB 27s. I'm actually going to cut those off and put BT 2.0 on there. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Come on. Forgot that I forgot that I remembered to order them. There's something that I forgot to order on this newbie drone order. And then, oh yeah, I got the Smooth lube. I got some newbie drone lube. This is for the giveaways, actually. I swear I'm not going to use it on my junk. All right, cool. Newbie drone order has been unboxed. Throw these over here. This here. Okay. Put my lube over there by the bed. I mean, definitely not by the bed. There's no bed in this room. Alright. This is a box from FPV Cycle. Some of you guys will know what this is. Alright. And then we got, I love that they use these as packaging material sometimes. Alright, bunch of stickers. Those will end up going out in the giveaways. FPV Cycle always does this because they know that I put their stuff into giveaway boxes that I mail out. Whole bunch of their battery straps, which is really cool. Again, those will go out in the giveaways. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a Tooth Fairy 2 20-degree Hero 8 mount, because I'm going to be building next week a couple of Toothpick 2s into Tiny Whoops, into Cinewhoops. What these are, boys and girls. These are the brand new FPV Cycle V4 ducts. Let me get this bot out of here. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, look at that. Look at that profile on that duct. Look at the big old angle on there. Ooh, these are gonna fly good. I could just tell by the shape that these are gonna fly good. Ooh. Bright spot on the wall next to the quad? Where? You might have a dead pixel, brother. I don't have a white spot on mine. Oh man, this is exciting. I picked up another one of these little things. And then this is the little antenna holder for the Tooth Fairy 2. For some reason, I got 2 of them. This is a Cinesplore antenna thingy. It's the technical term. And then this is 2 sets of the Tooth Fairy 2 Cinewoop arms. I got the frames off of somebody on Facebook Marketplace. And then look at this little FPV cycle ratcheting screwdriver with M5 and M3 because there's something cool coming down the road that's going to be M3. I think it's M3. It's 3 mil. Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that little FPV cycle. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's there. Oh, that rotates. That's interesting. Cool. Nice little ratcheting wrench. Awesome. All right, so there's the that's the FPV cycle stuffs. I'm really excited for these ducts. They look really, really good. Once you've seen enough of these ducts and flown enough of these ducts, you can kind of just look at them and be like, oh yeah, that's gonna fly good. And then we've got a box from, let's say Freelojo? I think that says Freelojo. Yeah, it's Freelojo. Jesus, why was the postage so much, Freelojo? My God. I can, I'll send you a couple bucks back if you want for this outrageously expensive shipping. Athix says, is that the guy I hooked you up with on Facebook Marketplace? Yup, Athix. He had the 5-inch arms on his. Look at what Freelojo sent me. Look what a Chad Freelojo is. What is that? It says 100% epic. What the hell is this? What is this thing? Looks like a rip starter for a chainsaw. What is this for? Look what Freelojo sent me. I think it sounds like he got frustrated with it and just needed it out of his house. What's interesting though is that so this is the FPV Cycle Cineglide frame. This live gig that I have in April, this is the perfect frame for that because I can put the DJI cam all the way up here and it's going to have no props in view. So this is like really crazy timing that he just happened to send this to me. There's a smell. It smells like something. Cigarette smoke, maybe? So yeah, I'm going to build this out and this is going to get used. And yeah, that is pretty rad. Dude, thank you, Freelojo. Very cool. I see why it doesn't fly right. It's because you have it on an AIO. I didn't realize you put it on, that you were saying you had it on an AIO. Oh no, maybe you don't. No, it's not AIO. That's just the, there's just an ESC in it. Dude, very cool. Thank you. This is going to come in incredibly handy. You guys will get to see this build on here on the channel. Jay Miller says, send me a Whoop frame. Join my Patreon, Jay Miller, and get in on the giveaway tiers, and maybe you can win one. All of the extra, I don't really send anybody anything. I put everything back into the Patreon page to give my patrons as much as I possibly can. Those are the guys that literally pay my salary and keep the lights on in my apartment. So yeah, that's kind of the only way to get free stuff from me. Being an FPV pilot full-time is a very challenging job and you don't make much money. So unfortunately, I can't really afford to just send people stuff because they commented in my chat. Maybe someday, you never know, but probably not. I'll probably, I just put everything back into Patreon, you know? Like I give the folks that are willing to support me for as little as $5 a month as much benefit as I possibly can, as to show my appreciation for their coolness. Dude, awesome. There's Freelojo. Does this smell like your grow? Is that what that is? Dude, thanks again for this, man. This is rad. These are the 5.5-inch prop arms too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh man, yeah. Although I bet you could put a regular set of nah, I guess they would hit this. I think they would hit this. Oh, this is cool. I might buy a set of Bob's 25 mil motors for this, and then I can put the new GemFan 2.5-inch props on here. Ooh, dude, thank you. It's really so weird that you just randomly were like, yo, I'm gonna send you this Cineglide, pretty much on the same day that I realized that the solution to my props in view with DJI for this live event thing would be solved by this exact frame. What the other thing that's cool about this is I'm gonna put a GoPro mount on here, and then I can throw they don't want GoPro footage, but I want GoPro footage from this live event, so that I can show it to you guys. So this will come in really handy for that as well. Dude, awesome. Awesome. This is a really cool frame. I've never seen one of these Cineglide frames because I haven't been on DJI, so I didn't really have a reason to buy this frame. Dude, awesome. There's mailbag for the night. We went a half an hour over. You should all be watching Bot Grinder. Freelojo, what is this? What is this thing? For holding motors. Right. Okay. So it goes. All right, I'm gonna play around with it. That's what she said. Thanks for hanging out, friends. I love every single one of you a little bit more than the person right next to you. I'll see you again on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Wait, no, let me get caught up on chat. CMYK says, mailbag time. Grizz says, can't wait to see how you like those ducts so I know if I want them. You want them, Grizz. The only thing with them, though, is they're not going to be really good for flying around people because they're so narrow. So those are a duct for when you're flying around anything not living. Cars, shit like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you have a gig flying around talent, I would not use those ducts. I would use the regular taller ones or the Stan FPV molded ones or the Cloud 149 ducts. Freelojo says for holding motors 22OX, very cool. I guess that goes around. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna try it out. And then Gross Day sounds perfect. Stream, I actually printed it. It's a really nice looking print. All right, guys, be good. Go watch some Bot Grinder. I'll see you guys on Sunday at 3 o'clock. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. If you want more, head on over to CiottiFPV.com. Click all the buttons. Subscribe, like, all that nonsense. Here's some, hold on. I'll give you some flying. Send you out with some frying. Let's do something from the Insta360 Go. Just gonna pick a random one here from the Insta360 Go. This says CB25 Avan Rush 2.5-inch props, 1304 5000 kV motors. Oh, this is, I almost threw up. This is the Insta360 Go 1. So I don't know. This is what you're getting from me though for this outro. Because the rest of this stuff is, well, no, here we go. Ripsqueak. Oh yeah, Ripsqueak Toka Maiden. Here's the Ripsqueak with the Toka 1505 motors. Yeah. Maiden. Here's a Maiden. Oh, nope. That ain't gonna work. What about this? State Farm? No. See, these are all the raw files, which are, I haven't run these through the thing. Nah, well, you're getting the one that I originally said. Love you guys. I'll see you Sunday. Oh, I'm not logged into Epidemic Sounds here, and I don't remember my password. Here, hold on. iMusic should be fine. This is square? Why is this square? Is this one not square? No, they're both square. Well, you're getting some square video, friends. No, we played this last time. Here we go. All right, people, see you Sunday. Love you. Goodbye.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies